thing going live. Woo! Is it Sunday, everyone?
I think it is Sunday. It says it's connecting live video again, but we should be there. Oh, we seem to be there.
Are we there? Yeah, I can see me.
Yeah.
And I can see me singing as well. Rude. I haven't got any knitting with me today.
Right.
I've kind of cast on some baby knickers, but they're not in any state for me to sit and work on them. So
We might have had a giggle last night about your trolleys and your lack of elastic.
all right, yeah. And maybe cutting out some of my own knicker elastic.
Yes, butchering knickers.
I have visions from my childhood of my nan and my mum always having knicker elastic around. What's that about?
Yeah, my mum mentioned it the other day about how she's probably got some in her sewing kit because you always have knicker elastic.
Yeah.
And it was when we used to have to wear them thick navy blue knickers for school. Did you have to
Oh, those PE ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I went on Amazon and I did manage to get, I think it was like 10 meters of 4 millimeter thickness for
Right.
about £3, and it's supposed to be coming today. So
Awesome.
yeah, so then you can see my proper trolleys, not my saggy trolleys.
Yeah, well,
Stay up trolleys.
it's a difficult thing for a girl with gravity.
Well, you got to have a good pair of trolleys, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got a beverage? You got a drink?
Some hot chocolate.
Ringtons.
Sometimes you just
need hot chocolate. I've got tea. Nice big mug of tea.
In my favourite mug.
Yeah. Your secret mug. So tell us what you're making in that gorgeous sunshine colour.
It's Starcraft Special DK and the colour is called Citron. It's a really bright, sunny, or Jake will call it eggy yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the right side?
That's the right side. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so it's like a double moss stitch, I think. Well, it's 2 columns of single moss stitch. I don't know if double moss stitch is 4, whatever.
Yeah.
But a nice bit of texture on the lower body, and then it's going to have garter at the waistband, and then sort of a similar kind of texture to this.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is 9 months, this one. I think the sleeves could probably have done with about another 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch for me, but to be honest, by the time I'd started sort of blocking it and tugging at it, they're about the perfect length. So
the magic of blocking, eh?
Oh, absolutely. So it'll have a sort of line pattern.
Oh, that's nice.
You see there. I don't know whether to do it though, the reverse side.
I like the reverse side.
Yeah, I don't know whether to have that as the correct side.
Can you not say that it's a reversible project and that the knitter can choose?
I did with this one.
Yeah.
You can see the seams obviously where I've picked up.
Yeah.
But
you could make one.
And I grafted at the shoulders rather than a 3-needle bind off. And this sample I did the body separately, but I think I would make that all in one. But to be honest, the side seam actually doesn't look that bad.
Well, no, because you've got the lines and that anyway, haven't you? So it doesn't look out of place.
No, it just looks like a bigger line. So yeah, it could be truly reversible if you're just a bit careful about how you weave in your ends.
Or you could do another sample in a different colour, maybe nice bright yellow, and do it the other way around, and you could have both options then, couldn't you?
Could do.
I'm all for options. We like the choices in our house.
Well, yeah, and because it's the same stitch pattern, I mean, it is basically just a case of choose your stitch pattern, stick to it, and keep it correct.
Yeah.
Don't beggar about with it.
Exactly.
And it wouldn't make any difference to the instructions other than follow the pattern.
Yeah.
So I could do that. I could chart it both ways and
You could,
written instructions both ways.
if you wanted to.
Hmm.
You know, it all depends if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. So I thought I'd have this sort of bright yellow today just to lift things up.
Gorgeous.
It's a bit hard to hide.
That was Callum's favourite colour when he was really little, bright yellow.
Jake was really into bright orange.
I think it's the brightness, isn't it? The vibrancy that they absolutely love. And I don't know about Jake, but Callum's a little bit colourblind. So I think the yellow showed up nicely for him. It was a colour that he could appreciate.
Right, and he could see it, and
Yeah,
in all its glory.
in all its glory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whereas everything else probably looked a bit muddy.
Yeah. Although, I mean, he says he's colourblind. The optician says he's colourblind, but he likes red, and surely that's one that he can't see properly.
Well, it depends. You can be red or blue or green colourblind.
I suppose.
There's different types.
Well, I'm obviously such a good mother that I don't know which colour he can't see.
They might not have told you.
Yeah, there is that.
No, they're very good at saying, "Oh, yeah, you know, it's like the hospital the other day where they sort of went home and I said, well, you know, so I've got cysts. What next? Well, they're not massive, so we'll just leave them for now. Well, they're sore. Well, just take some painkillers.
Oh,
Do you not actually deal with whatever the underlying cause is? No.
why would they do that?
Yeah, no, I'm being completely unreasonable, aren't I? So
Yeah.
I know you have something to show us, so why don't you whip it out?
What I've got? Actually, I've got a few.
I'll whip them out then.
Look what I've got there.
Oh.
Right. So I had this one on the other day, didn't I? My blue one.
You did.
My cumulus cloud, which is actually the only thing that I've ever given Knit Now magazine to publish where they didn't change the name of it.
Oh, okay.
I called it Cumulus Cloud Wrap and they kept it. And it is also the only thing of mine that I can think of, really, that I've knitted two of because I loved it so much. And I love the brown. It's so neutral. It goes with everything. Do I look good in brown?
You do.
I like brown.
And is that a grey or is it slightly bluish, the lighter colour?
It's brown. I don't know if you'll see it, but it is brown. It's like a brown mohair.
Okay.
And then this one, these are two. That is a blue as well, but it's like a slightly darker version of the blue. It's really difficult to show, isn't it, on the camera? So I have my cumulus clouds. The other one that I have, which is actually warmer than those, but is also perfect for this rubbish weather, is my I think it's Cloda wrap.
Yeah.
How gorgeous is that? And it's not showing up properly on here, but it's a lovely like mauvey colour.
I was about to say, is it sort of a mauvey pink? Because that's kind of what I'm seeing.
And I think it's cocoon. So
oh, really cocoon.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I can't think off the top of my head. It's on my project page.
Is it a Knit Picks?
No, I think it could be a Stylecraft or something. Should I have a look?
You could do.
No. I'll have a little quick look because I think it's like an affordable yarn. It's not anything really expensive.
Yeah, hashtag we've been using affordable yarns all along.
Exactly. Yeah, Stylecraft Alpaca Chunky.
Oh, there you are then. Alpaca or the alpaca tweed?
Just as Alpaca Chunky.
Okay.
It
would look nice in the alpaca tweed, actually.
It would. I'll show you. I've got it up. Chrome tab.
And I never felt the thing.
Ooh, that one. In
Oh,
fact,
it is pretty.
But it's in the chunky, not in the DK. So yeah, that's that one. The other one, the Cumulus, was, I believe, Debbie Bliss.
Oh, Debbie Bliss Angel.
To load up, and I'll show you that one. Share screen, Chrome. It'll be really helpful if I actually press which one I wanted to show you. So yeah, Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino and Debbie Bliss Angel. And that is actually the one that I've got here, because I knitted that and then they sent it back to me.
I think they've only got one of my samples, which has probably been auctioned off by now. They never sent it back, but they should have done.
Right.
Big pilly blanket.
Well, I think it was. I think it might have been this one that I sent in, and they sent it back to me, but I hadn't sent them the envelope or the postage or anything. I think they were just having a bit of a clear out or something. Just, I'll get rid of that. She can have it back. Oh, I tell you what else I've also got with me here, but it's not summer. It's not Summer Shawls.
Right.
It is that was in. It was in the. Is it Knit Picks? Let me have a look. My brain is just, you know, I've been asleep this afternoon, unfortunately. Ah, yeah, the Twist and Tweed. That was it. So I'll show you that one. Chrome tab. There. 2015, it doesn't seem possible. So it was in this collection. Is that Knit Picks? Yeah, it is Knit Picks. There it is. There's my one. Autumn Cape by Emma Sadler. And I had that by some miracle. I have that here. Look at that. That texture is gorgeous, but for somebody who likes to knit stocking stitch in the round,
Was it a tad challenging for you?
It was a case of I was sitting there thinking, well, what have I started? Why did I start this? What am I doing? Yeah, and then because you have to pick up these on the edges as well. You have to pick up the edges and knit those.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big sample. It's, look at that. I mean, it's a little bit big, isn't it, really?
Does it fit you?
It does fit me, but I don't wear it because it's got... Oh, I don't like those necks, do I?
No, Jackie doesn't either.
I've tried to wear it once and I just overheat. I say it does fit me. It did fit me. I haven't tried it on recently. That's a thought, actually. It's quite big, isn't it?
Does look rather sizable.
It definitely did fit me when I made it. But that doesn't mean anything now, does it?
Not really, no.
But just looking at this, actually, I'd quite like to do another one. It is literally feather and fan, which is the easiest lace that a non-lace lover could do, isn't it, really?
Feather and fan and me have issues.
Oh no, what issues?
Honestly, it does my head in. I can do really complex lace. I'm quite happy to do pattern every row, not have resting rows, all of that. Put me in front of feather and fan and I want to hack my head off. And yet, as a lace to wear, it's beautiful. But it's just something about it defeats me, because when you chart it, it's kind of off centre.
It's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm looking at it thinking, I can't see how this works.
But it just does.
It does. But there's something in my brain going, this shouldn't work because it's all off centre. And this isn't right, and that's not centralised, and that, but it works.
And it looks lovely. I've got a pair of socks with this pattern on it as well.
Blimey, that's keen.
Where's my socks? Do I see my socks?
If you can find them.
I can find my socks. She says it with
not the actual socks. You mean the socks on?
No, just the pattern. I haven't got the actual socks with me, unfortunately. I know where they are, and they're in the cupboard in my bedroom because I love knitting socks. I don't like wearing them. Does that sound a bit weird?
See, I love wearing them but hate knitting them.
Oh, well, I'll knit them for you and you can wear them.
So there's a marriage made in heaven.
Exactly. There you go. My stain drop socks, they've got feather and fan on them. Can you just about see that?
Can you?
I hope I haven't got hairy legs in that picture. Caitlin took those. Yeah. I did go through a bit of a phase. So I love feather and fan. Everything was feather and fan.
It is an amazing pattern though. And it's so adaptable. And it's, I don't know, it links you back to the tradition of knitting.
Yeah.
And the fact that millions of women the world over will have knitted that and not really necessarily even have the same name for it.
Yeah. Old Shale as well, it's called, isn't it? Or is that slightly different? I can't remember.
It's much of a muchness.
Yeah. Like this, you could imagine centuries ago, women would have been wearing this.
Mm.
It makes me feel all outlanderish. Sassenach.
And I like the way that you styled it as well.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's actually really warm. You wouldn't think it, would you, for something so airy?
Yeah, it's the mohair though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the merino.
I think this one is just an acrylic with the mohair, whereas the blue one is the Debbie Blish cashmerino. That's a lovely wool. Very nice.
Can you still get it?
Hmm?
Well, Designer Yarns went belly up, didn't it? Who were the supplier?
Yeah, I don't know.
So she's supplying through Lovecraft now.
Oh, is she?
It said that they'd done a venture with her after Designer Yarns went belly up, but I wasn't interested enough to have a look.
I mean, it's one of those yarns that is lovely, and if somebody gave me some to do a pattern with, very happy, thank you very much. I don't know if I'd necessarily buy a lot of it from my own money, because it is, I think you are paying for a name, aren't you, really, with Debbie Bliss?
You are, and to be honest, once I've got a boatload of this stuff, which is the Lana Stock Bambini, which is a 50% merino, superwash merino, 50% acrylic, and knits up just like baby cash merino to any pattern you can think of. So I've just been using that to do the patterns that I've got in my book. I'm thinking of doing a top-down yoke sweater or a scoop top.
That sounds nice.
Speaking of tops, you know, Anne B. Hansen, we were looking at her Seven Senses top the other week, and somebody had made it in a gradient yarn, which we thought was awesome. She's released the cardigan today, and the first 100 are free.
Have we got the link for that?
Let me find it. Ravelry.
Is it hiding from you?
It'll be under the what have you been looking at thing, won't it?
Oh, yeah. Recently viewed.
Yeah, it'll be under there. Share screen. Seven Senses. There we go. It's this one. It's quite hard to see from the photographs compared to better pictures of the top, I think.
Yeah.
But I like that that's a spotty kind of variegated rather than a plain. And
Yeah.
it's the same lace pattern and the same short rows and all the rest of it. And it's £3.75.
I think that is the only way I'm going to get away with a yoke, is in a cardigan rather than in
I
a
do like the yarn she's chosen. Do you like the speckles?
I do. I love the
It's almost rusty.
Yeah. Mm.
The yarn, if anybody's interested, is Madeline Tosh Merino Light.
So is
Does
that
it
sleeve?
says? It's a 4-ply, finger in weight. The colourway is called Grace Notes.
Oh. Does she do it in the round steeked?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Okay.
Works seamlessly top down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, lower body worked flat to bind off.
Right. Cool. Sleeves are in the round. I thought I'd seen something in the round.
Yeah.
It was the sleeves.
So I'll stop sharing that. But I thought anybody who's got the top might want the
Yeah, you could do a twin
cardigan
set.
with it. Well, and you know I'm rather partial to a twin set.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, we did say that we would have a look at some summer shawls, and in preparation, I may have a bundle.
Oh, come on then. Let's have a look.
It's only 299 patterns, so get yourself a drink and settle in.
Helen's cooking my dinner tonight.
I think what we'll do is quickly skip through and just pick on the highlights, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it that way. So here we are. So I've got Vertices Unite, Stephen West.
I've always
Anybody like
one of his, but I don't know if I'm brave enough because he's like a magician.
He's a genius on colour and construction. I think my advice with his patterns is just to go with it.
Right.
Just crack on with it. Don't worry about it. I thought this was a pretty one. I think the green appealed to me, and I like that she styled it with the yellow to pick up the yellowy colours.
Yeah, that's nice.
And the yarn, and it's got some of the colours that match her hair as well, which is always a good combo. And then I thought this was an excellent picture to show the lace.
Oh,
and how pretty that is, and that's nice with that sort of speckledy, very makes me think of Victorian dresses and antique china and china roses, and I love this peachy colour.
Yeah,
I think that's so pretty. Again, speckles, just
like a salmon, that colour.
Yeah, and a lovely cool sort of raspberry.
Claret.
Yeah, really like that one. So that's Nurmalin too. I think that one's as well.
I think I've got that Rainer in my queue or my wish list or something.
Oh, possibly. Summer camp I quite like Laura Ayler. Funnily enough, I've got a couple of yarns behind me that, for all their double knit, would actually work for this. So if I'll just move some stuff and stop sharing for a second.
Okay.
And then I'll go back to sharing. There.
I was going to say that. I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. I think you should.
But for all its DK, it would work. So I'll go back to sharing and take you back.
Shawls are very, very forgiving. I made one in the gift along at Christmas that called for 4-ply, and I made it in DK. Just it's a little bit bigger, that's all.
Well, and Not Rune Annette, she will very often make a shawl, like a little shawlette.
Yeah.
And super chunky.
Mm-hmm.
to make almost a blanket size. Do you want to have a look at Rainer? That's
I'm sure I've got that in my queue.
it's a free one.
Woo woo.
Nice triangular one and a good way to use up a skein of sort of variegated sock.
Yeah.
You're not really sure what else to do with because that's quite a highly variegated yarn for all its subtle colours. There's a lot going on in the yarn there. It's quite busy.
Yeah.
Pattern works well. I think this is another free one. Oh no, it's a paid one. Summer Flies. I just thought it was very pretty and very basic, but look at that edging.
That's going to take hours of work.
It is, but absolutely worth it. That would be
Yeah.
suitable for a wedding.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think?
Definitely.
Is there anything else that you said? I quite like Close to You, Justina Lokowska. We're gonna. It's close enough.
Yeah.
I just love the colours that she's picked. That's Martin's Lab Bouncy Merino. I'm sure I saw something on Facebook that they were getting a divorce. So how that is going to work for the future, I do not know. Because obviously she uses his yarn, and she's very much the driving force, I think, behind that.
Right.
But she's just a lovely lady. I wanted to include crochet.
Oh, it's a crochet along.
So Magic Summer Shawl. It's a drops one, so just be aware that the patterns are not always perhaps as erudite and expansive as we might like as British knitters. But look at those colours.
It's like a rainbow.
It's absolutely beautiful. And every little section's got different stitches, so I think you could learn an awful lot
Yeah.
just from that one project, if you were so minded. I quite like this one. Kalura Hudson's got some beautiful designs. And I like the subtleness of the sort of cable.
Yeah.
And then this very pretty lace, and the changing colours isn't necessarily dramatic. It's not high contrast, it's sort of subtle. And I like the way she's used this almost verdigris yarn.
Yeah.
It really shows off the textures quite beautifully.
It's gorgeous.
She's got a great eye for cables, lace and texture. Lovely, very pretty patterns. Annalisa Maygard, I thought this was a beauty in terms of crochet.
Wow.
Yeah. And when you see it in colour, which I thought might actually be overwhelming, that's not the best photograph. Maybe try this one. But that gradient,
Oh yeah.
looks like it's been sat in tea. And
Yeah.
the colours crawled the way up from the bottom. Absolutely stunning. That's Summer Shawl, Annalise Maygard, or Maygard. It's close enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, Annalise. I don't think you can show a shawl without mentioning Susanna Icy. This one's from Interweave Knits, which is it in my library.
Very delicate, that one.
Yeah, very pretty, tiny little beads. Be tempted to block something like that and starch it.
Yeah.
Almost. But beautiful for a wedding or occasion or a cruise or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that we won't talk about Nancy's bush?
No.
But there's nups there. I can certainly see nups there for anybody.
Nancy's bush have got nups. Oh.
Yeah.
You could get medicine for that, I've heard.
You probably can. But I've gone through and I thought this was interesting.
That's very different. That is ideal to go on, over the top of a dress if you're going out for the evening, isn't it?
Well, and if you did the layers in the various colours of your outfit,
yeah,
and toned it to match your shoes and your corsage and things like that, very unusual.
Definitely, yeah.
I doubt if you went to an occasion and you would see someone else wearing the same thing.
Yes.
As you know, I'm a big fan of Jutta Hintenstein, and this stole was, it was on offer when she was testing the top,
Right, okay.
and when they were both released, I
Yeah.
got both patterns, and just really simple lace, very simple, subtle colours. The top that goes with it in the Lazy Summer Knits, this top, promise I'll go back to the shawls, has a sport weight and then a lace weight for the collar and the cuffs on the sleeves.
Lovely.
And that's sort of carried through into the shawl as well. So I think that works really well. And you could have a lot of fun with colour and matching to outfits and things like that.
It's like a new take on a twin set, isn't it?
It is. Do you like the look of Summer's Twilight?
I do like the
blue going on there, which would speak to you.
A what?
A bit of blue to speak to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, light mohair, but lace weight merino would be just as good, or a silk blend or something like that would be lovely. And look at the way that it just sort of flows and drapes. Very, very pretty, but very simple. A nice beginner pattern, I'd have said.
Yeah.
Patricia Martin, I don't know if she's still designing actually. Oh, it's in my library, but you now can't buy it. What a shame.
What a pity. These things are sent to triers.
Anything else leap out as we work our way down?
Well, they're all pretty in their own right, aren't they? That
yeah,
hitchhiker was very popular.
Look. Sorry?
The hitchhiker, I remember that being very popular at one point.
Oh my God, yeah. Let's see.
Everyone was
32,000. Well, nearly 33,000 projects. So yeah.
I mean, how do you get a pattern to be that popular?
It's just really good, isn't it? Can we just talk colour for 1 second? That's too bright for her because she's soft muted.
Right.
It's because it's overwhelming her with its brightness. It's hard to tell whether she's warm or cool because she's got both tones in her hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see the shawl first, but that may be an intentional thing, obviously, because it's to show off the shawl. And where she's got a better lipstick on there, that's working much better for me. But again, still, it's overwhelming. But I mean, if you could spend a day going through the projects of the hitchhiker pattern, and you'd find a gazillion of them that were in colours that really spoke to you, and it's a great way to use highly variegated, quite challenging skeins. A Clapperty was in Knitty. That's a freebie, and it's basically drop stitches to create this kind of lacy texture, and that's really, really popular.
Yeah.
And that's quite an interesting and an easy introduction to lace and drop stitches and double yarn overs and things like that for someone who's starting out. And I thought it'd be interesting to show a few that have colour. This is a free pattern, but I like the use of colour in this one.
Yeah, nice that.
Yeah, definitely your colours, aren't they? Very.
I like the look of that project. It's got all sorts going on, but it's not over fussy.
No, and it becomes then the main part of the outfit, because you've got a denim jacket, you've got a t-shirt, you've got jeans, and that's the thing that levels up the whole outfit to something special, so that you could go out of an evening and not feel out of place.
Yeah.
What else? And this is another one that's got an awful lot going on, but isn't overwhelming.
No, it's lovely.
Because of the gentle colour variations. I don't know whether she's used a colour changing yarn or a variety of yarns. We can have a quick snack.
Oh, it's a kit.
All right, so it's a kit.
The
But again,
pattern's free, but you have to buy the kit by the
you have
look
to
of
buy
it.
the kit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of people will have made it,
Oh yeah.
and there'll be tons of ideas.
I like that stripe study one.
Oh, Vera Valimaki, yeah. She's got a great eye for colour and construction, and
Because that's slightly off center, isn't it? But it's
yeah,
not quite an asymmetric.
yeah, and I like that it draws the eye and it
Mm,
makes you wonder and kind of question what's going on there. It's quite a clever play on the way that the eye works and your vision
yeah.
works. You're continually questioning it.
What's going on?
This is another knitty one. Tin Can Knits. I just think it's a lovely shape.
Oh, that's lovely.
Very, very simple. A nice introduction to increasing and shaping and eyelets and the basics of lace without being terrifying.
Yeah.
So I would always suggest that somebody consider that one. Echo Flowers, more of an advanced knit, but not beyond. I mean, there's lots of nups going on there.
Ooh.
But you could bead instead of nups.
Right, okay.
And I just think that's, again, really pretty.
Is a knot like a French knot?
No.
What's the difference?
A nup is you go from one stitch to say 5 or 6 stitches, and you're making big loops. It's similar to a bobble, but it's
Right,
made out of the loops and legs of the stitches rather than knitting backwards and forwards on little short rows like
right.
you would for a bobble.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way I can explain it. Anything else leap out there? I quite like this one from Sylvia McFadden. Again, it's another freebie, but I like the way she styles stuff, and the photography is always fun. And they do think about the colours that the model's wearing to go with the actual item. And I just like that they always look like they're having a blast, even when
Yeah.
they're freezing cold water and doing gothic stuff. There's always a hint of mischief.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There's all sorts there. You could spend days looking at all these.
You absolutely could, and I mean we'll flick through a few more. You can't look at shawls without looking at Lily Go for crochet. She just has
Oh,
the
look
most
at all of them.
incredible connection, and for a big gradient, I
Yeah.
don't think you can go wrong with
Gorgeous.
her patterns. And they're beautifully written. The attention to detail and the pattern support is certainly, in my experience, is absolutely superb.
Oh, Helen's here. She says hiya. Hi, Helen.
Hey Helen, how you doing? It was nice to see you last night.
She must have come in from the garden.
She was working on a blanket last night.
She finished making jams. That's what I want to know.
Well, we saw some. We saw some in a jar, and she tipped the jar upside down, and it didn't all come out.
I'm sorry. That's rude. That's like teasing people.
It is. I quite like this. Sleeves by Mary Annarella.
Oh, wow. Has it actually got the sleeves in?
It's a sleeve.
Wow.
Or has it got both sleeves? Oh, it's got both sleeves.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that she's merged that with the shawl, and I just think that's desperately clever and really
Almost like a
pretty.
lace weight cardigan, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to wear something like that.
Mm,
And it's not massive on yardage. I mean, it's only 3 sizes,
that's
and
interesting.
it's based on the crossback. It's that shoulder width that we've talked about on fitting that's absolutely imperative to get right.
Yeah.
You want something to sit well on your body. We have to have a look at this by Stephen West because he's as mad as a box of frogs. And look
Wow.
at what it's worn with and how it's styled. I mean, it's just mad in terms of everything that's going on. And I love that he dyes his hair and he slaps a bit of makeup on and he really, really goes for it.
Yeah.
But his understanding of construction is absolutely superb.
Oh, I like that Margaret Bashford.
Yeah, it's a little bit Outlander, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very basic, nice central slip stitch along there. And then the little bit of lace on the other side of the garter. And it fastens at the back.
I really like that.
Very, very pretty. I might have that.
You might.
Well, it says it's in my library, so I must. Well, do you know what happens in
And the
Ravelry
library
stays
doesn't
in
lie.
Ravelry? It's just,
It really does.
well,
It really
yeah.
does.
I'm going to click on this one because I just love the photography in this.
Oh, wow.
It's making me think of Dune. Do you remember is it Frank Herbert books where Sting was in the movie and there's the children of Dune and all of that? I think it's just the sort of deserty photography.
Yeah.
But I like that it's a simple pattern and the addition of something like a few tassels just
Gorgeous.
takes it to a different level, oddly. I hope Gilly enjoyed his walk, Helen. You didn't get soaked or anything, did you? We've had rain on and off.
We haven't had any yet, but we're expecting a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, we've been told heavy rain tomorrow, but I don't have to go out tomorrow unless we run out of milk.
Right.
For Jake, in which case he could drink mine and I could just get some when I take him to college on Tuesday for his induction.
Woo woo!
To summer school.
I love it.
I know. He's a bit sad today because the travel agents cancelled their Barcelona trip in August.
Oh.
I think it's the most sensible route, to be honest.
I was watching the news this morning, people complaining that they've put that quarantine back in and how quickly they put it in. It's like, why didn't they give us a couple of weeks' notice? And I'm thinking, well, what's the point of that?
Well, I'm afraid, you have the right not to quarantine. You have the right not to wear a mask. You also have the right to die. So just pick one. Here we go.
That crochet.
I'm such a softie. This is Michelle Denier or Denier. Do whatever. Michelle, Madcap Fancies. And it's Endless Summer. And I just think it's really pretty. And it would be lovely with, like the yarn cakes that you get. This is Universal Yarns Bamboo Pop.
Right.
But I think if you got one of those yarn cakes, like the Woolcraft or the Starcraft or whatever, and just played around with the colour changes, I think you could have a lot of fun with that and have a very affordable machine wash shawl. And I do recommend looking at Michelle's patterns because she's got some really lovely stuff. Anything else leap out on that? Should we move on?
Excuse me.
Now I'm going to click on a crochet one. I mean,
oh wow,
yeah, blowing my mind. Let's have a look at the projects and see what other colours people have. Oh,
excuse me.
Some beautiful colours. There's a lot of blues going on though.
Definitely a lot of blues.
Very much swayed by the colours in the mag, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Edie Ekman.
There's all sorts of gorgeous ones. I mean, you literally could bankrupt yourself looking at these, couldn't you?
Well, I've amassed them into this favourites over many years. And I think over time my tastes have changed, but there are a lot of them that I still go back to and think, ooh. And I think that one, it's definitely the colour that draws me in. And it's called Frederica. It's from one of the Jane Austen knits.
It's a lovely shape.
It is beautiful, and it's not too challenging on the lace as well, in that you've got a reasonable amount of stockinette. This one just blows my mind.
Oh, look. Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that back. I mean, yeah. Wow.
I mean, quite often I look at these and I just can't even begin to understand how the construction works.
I mean, I'm assuming it's join as you go, but then she must have spent a week figuring out what to join first.
Hmm.
I'd probably still be there now,
Yeah, I mean,
trying to figure it out. Again, I've obviously picked all of these for different reasons over the years. I think the Knit Simple one, I just liked that it was really, really easy.
I like the ones that are very simple, you know, lots of garter.
Mm.
That one, Colour Affection, I think I've even made that. Oh, look, I've seen that one somewhere before.
Yeah, Campside. So currently on offer, don't forget, with the code Campside 2020.
Yeah, Colour Affection I've made. It's
That
really,
is
really lovely.
beautiful. Yeah, really gorgeous pattern, and I love to see what other people have done with it, and you know that they're going to be the colours I gravitate to.
Mm.
It's just stunning, absolutely stunning.
I don't know if I've
This is another Martina Behm. I just like these little sort of lumpy bits,
yeah.
and I think you could have a lot of fun with odds and ends of sock yarn and things like that with it. And I like that that lady's changed her colours.
And again, I would look at that and be thinking, I've got a rough idea, but I'm not certain how it's done. Those are the patterns that I like to buy. The ones that I look at them and I think, I'm not sure how you've done that.
Yeah, short rows,
Yeah.
but exceptionally clever. I mean, this is pretty much what she designs full time is shawls.
Yeah.
So she's got some amazing designs in her stable. That mohair by asleep, I mean, how simple could that be? It's just a stockinette loop,
Yeah.
but it looks really effective.
It really does.
Ishbel, that's been a really popular one over the years. Of Isolde's. Oops. Very pretty details, and one that you really do have to spend time on the blocking.
Yeah.
You don't get the points and the full sort of impact of the design. I'm keeping one eye on the time to make sure we don't.
Callum's making me meatballs.
Oh,
I know. How exciting. I can smell them.
I quite like this one. I mean, how simple is it? Madeline Tosh Prairie. Really, really easy. Lots of garter. Very simple. Looks like a
My
feather
kind.
fan edge.
That is my kind of a project.
And I just, again, really like the simplicity of the colours that she chose. It's very beachy, summery.
My shawl Keep Yourself Alive is quite a small one, and I called that a shawlette, and somebody, I can't even remember who it was, but somebody on Instagram went, oh, I can't stand that word shawlette. It's like, okay. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Dockside, that's another one of
I mean,
Elise.
I don't think she's ever done a bad one, has she?
No, there's a few of hers in here, but
Yeah.
I just thought that would give an introduction. Oh, there's another Alicia.
Strange that.
Yeah, it's just a very basic.
I like the basic ones. I have made some lacy
On the bias, and you could have a lot of fun with colour.
Really could.
Really subtle shapes, and that works really well.
I mean, I like them because they're a scarf. They're, so versatile.
Yeah, very, very simple and a fairly inexpensive pattern for what it is. So,
Did you see the one that I made in the gal once?
which one was that?
It is the Flower Princess Shawl.
Oh,
2016, it was the first year.
shall I stop sharing and you can show us?
All right, okay. Hang on.
It's nicely sloping.
Chrome tab. There, share. And I made that in the gift along as well. Gift along 2016.
That's beautiful.
Now that was some concentration needed, I tell you. I've never managed to get a decent picture of the full finished thing. That was it on my knee when I'm making it. But yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely. And whilst I was knitting it, do you know when you're even knitting it yourself and you're thinking, how on earth did this person know how to do this? You're knitting it and it's coming alive, and you just one more row, because I love it. But I was totally in awe. I was like, how does anybody know?
They just know.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It's just desperately clever.
Desperately clever.
Helen was saying that one's definitely a sci-fi vibe.
Right.
She's got no big dark clouds. Oh, sorry, no big dark clouds, so rain soon, but she didn't get wet yet.
I've just written a couple of those shawl
Oh,
patterns.
and she's made citron as well as that Hilary Smith Charles. Yeah,
Helen's a big shawl knitter, isn't she?
she is, although last night I saw her working on a new blanket pattern.
Oh,
with squares, 12-inch squares with fabulous cables on them.
wow.
And there's two darker blues, wasn't there? There was a creamy colour, a sort of mauvey purple. I can't remember what else there was, but yeah, she was working with one of the darker blues, and it was looking amazing.
Well, it's blue. What else can you say?
Well, Helen was showing us the bags of colours, and I'm sat there thinking, yeah, Emma's just gonna want all of this. Because
my precious.
yeah, nothing predictable at all, darling.
Did I tell you that some yarn accidentally got bought on Friday morning?
You did vaguely mention it, yeah.
Yeah. Oopsie. And I did accidentally buy another pattern, didn't I? One of Alicia's last week.
Yeah, that's true.
Shocking. But I'm thinking one of those new yarns might do for a jumper.
Right.
I do need some more jumpers because all the ones that I tend to knit don't fit me. And the only one that does fit me is a summer jumper, which, judging by the weather, summer's not going to last much longer, really.
No, possibly not.
Depressing. So I'm going to need some jumpers.
I'll just show you this particular shawl. I'll show you a couple from my projects. I have showed you this one before and you've seen it on a live because I've worn it.
Yeah.
The garden pond shawl. That's another Patricia Martin, and sadly she's not doing patterns anymore. But again, a very simple half circle.
Peacock like.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love the Araucania Ranco.
I like that yarn. I've used the brown one. Love it.
I wear this one quite a lot. This is Travelling Woman, Liz Abinante. And I've made lots of these over the years for various relatives. They haven't all made it onto Ravelry. That's some Ranco sock.
Where do you travel to when you wear it?
It was my go-to one to keep in the car if I needed to dress up for a meeting.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I like that one.
Terror. That's Jared Flood. I thoroughly enjoyed making that.
Oh yeah,
Now this is the original one,
yeah.
which is why I bought the pattern. I wasn't keen on the dark green. They've added that later when they introduced a new yarn. But I saw it in this burgundy colour and thought, that is so mine.
Yeah.
And then had to make it. I finished the wingspan. That was the nice, easy one. What else have I got in terms of shawls? Oh, you know the
3 times a lacy, yeah. Yeah.
Bird shawl. So this was it when it was blocking in my house prior to going to the magazine.
It's gorgeous. What did you use?
It was some Ousterman kid silk, just 2 skeins. I think depending on your tension, you might go to 3. But I played around with some Norrow,
Right.
just some leftover sock yarn, and then got to the stage where I was running out and in a panic, and I wanted this to wear for a wedding. So there's some Louisa Harding grey silk and wool
Right.
to finish it off.
Well, you would
Because
never know.
couldn't get the same colour.
It looks
I've
like
worn that quite a bit. But what a difference it makes to the design in terms of how it looks by using a self-striper versus a solid.
Yeah.
While this one isn't technically a shawl, I think it's a genius pattern. I really like Sally Melville, but look how that looks on Caddy, her daughter.
What is it technically? A poncho?
Sort of.
Right. It's lovely.
You've kind of got a sleeve thing going on.
Right.
And it can be made in any weight of yarn. So you sort of do a swatch and then follow the instructions. And I love what some of the people have done with
Oh yeah.
cake yarns and self-striping, and you really get to see the shapes and how it's constructed. I mean, it's fiendishly clever.
It is.
And I love the way she's done that in the Norrow. And if you just had not enough for a sweater, but an expensive yarn or something where you just really love the colours and want to have a bit of fun with it, and have something that you can wear that people are going to go, ooh.
Yeah.
My mum's got the original of this, and every time she wears it for church, it's, oh, where did you get that, Celia? It's gorgeous.
I think that's the thing about knitting. Even if somebody else has got the same pattern as you, you're not going to have the same finished object, are you, really?
No, absolutely not.
No.
And that's what this lady's done. And she's made a sweater to match it as well. And then that over the top. I think the sweater's actually in the projects as well, further up the page. So there you are.
Ah, yeah.
So there's the sweater that she's done. So she's had a huge amount of fun playing with colour.
She has.
And I just think it's really great. So I thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah, thank you. Like that.
Oh, so Helen says the yarn was a drop sale. I knew there was another colour and it was a turquoisey blue. There you go. So I knew you'd keep me right. And Helen says her favourite gloves used Ranco sock. It is a gorgeous yarn. You just have to be careful because some skeins are washable and some are not. And in this house, you don't generally fare very well unless you can go in the machine.
Yeah.
I'm such a lazy cow when it comes to hand washing. I mean, oh, honestly, what a fag.
Oh,
Who's got energy?
unless it's actual debris, it just gets shoved outside to blow in the air a little bit rather than getting washed.
Yeah. I mean, if something's sweaty,
Yeah,
then I would want to wash it. But if the layer underneath it is sweaty and the jumper or cardigan isn't, and it just needs an air, I'm just as likely to throw it out on the line to air it.
yeah.
And
Because if you think about it, many years ago, when people wore more knitwear that was handmade, they didn't have the ability to be washing stuff all the time, did they?
Well, no, and make yourself quite poorly because you'd have cold water or
Yeah.
whatever. You catch your death.
And it shortens the life of your clothing. Too much
Yeah.
washing. So, I'm all for let's just give it an airing and see how it turns out.
Ooh,
Not lost anything.
I'm really excited to see Helen's blanket though.
Well, yeah, it sounds like it could be winging its way to me in the post.
It's got perfect colours for you. I think you
You
should
know,
do
I'm sure
modelling. I think you should be the model.
I've definitely put the law out there, and I'm sure everybody is aware of this law that all blue things belong to me.
All right, and the all purple belongs to me or Yvonne,
Mm.
depending.
Yeah, it's definitely blue things belong to me. All blue things for definite. And all things that are grey that aren't your grey, because I can take more greys than you.
Yeah, you can have the greys.
I like
Yeah.
greys. I like greys, browns, blues. I'm not predictable at all.
Okay.
I'm hoping that yarn, I got the moss, and I'm hoping that that's going to look great on me because I do like that colour.
The drop spell.
No. The what do you call it one? What did I get?
Oh, sorry, the Stylecraft Highland Heathers. Well,
That's the one.
Highland Heathers.
Moss and granite. I got.
I think it'd be lovely.
Yeah. Are they like?
Do you have a response to your rule about the blues?
What's that? Hang on. I'm not on the right screen. Do it again. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But no. Yeah, but no.
Oh, there's my hair today. Look, did you see that one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite similar.
Eerily similar.
Eerily similar.
And I'll share with you all because you're not going to tell anybody. But I've got a massive spot brewing on the end of my nose, and I've got so much makeup on today because my face was lit up like a Felicia beacon earlier on.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, there were people stopping me in the street to ask when Father Christmas was coming. It was that. Oh, so the blanket could be a long time in the coming. So far, recharted one block and charted another cable, and going to do it like the textured landscape blanket that she did in strips.
I'm very patient. I'm very patient. Whenever she wants to send it, it's fine.
Yeah, would you even pay the postage? Because you're all.
Yeah. I'm sure I could be persuaded. Right. Do you want to see the colours that I got?
Yeah. Show us. Let me
Kind
swap
of.
screen so I can see them.
I got 5 balls of each of the granite, this one, which
Yeah.
like a grey browny colour, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And then I got 5 balls of the moss. So
Lovely.
I think they'll look good on me.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Those are definitely for me. That's selfish.
I'm struggling to choose between gorse and wild salmon.
The gorse is sold out, I think, isn't it?
Is
Well,
it?
that's on Wool Warehouse. I got mine from Black Sheep. Same price here, I think, £2.79. I think that's what I paid.
Oh, I'll have to find out if my LYS is getting in stock.
Oh, yeah. The wild salmon's nice. I mean, it's not my kind of colour. I think the thrift is more you, to be honest.
It sounds like me.
Although actually,
Share it again.
hang on, I'll show you. But it's funny, isn't it? When it's on the little thingy, it looks like one colour, and then when you click on it, I'm not sure now I've clicked on it. It looks more reddy coloured. It looked, when I looked at it on this little thingy here, it looked more purple, and now it looks more red, and I think no.
No, that's too cool for me now.
Exactly. So I like the grist, but I was thinking, no, I want something a bit darker, which is why I went for the granite. I don't know about thistle even.
I think I'd wear that.
What thistle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more purpley.
But I am very much tempted by the gorse or the wild salmon. I think gorse for a cardigan would just
That
be.
colour looks just like the colour of my wrap.
It's very similar to the Stylecraft Special Aran with wool colour of hollyhock, which I did a cardigan in.
Yeah.
Which may or may not be an Alicia Plummer. Do you want to see how far I've got with In Stillness?
Come on then. And then I'm going to go and have my dinner.
Because I'll just have to move me balls out of the way.
Balls get in the way all the time. It's ridiculous.
At the point of a new ball, which is the only reason I put it down last night when I was knitting with the ladies. So it's on quite a small circular needle, so you just have to imagine how fat it is below.
Oh,
good fit in the shoulders. I've actually tried it on with the thread, and I'm happy with the fit in the shoulders. And I really like the sort of.
You know what I would suggest now, as you're at the point of changing balls, I'd go on and do the sleeves.
Yeah, I was tempted.
I would definitely, and you know what you like.
I may have previously in this, I might.
You know, I would, if I were you, while you're at the point where you need to add a new ball, go for the sleeves.
Yeah, and just point out that I finished Margaret Mary, and she just needs a few buttons, and she's got 2 sleeves.
Proper full-length sleeves as well.
Yeah, top down in the round, no seams, just a 3 needle bind off at the shoulder. I'm not sure about the top neck. It sort of rises up a bit, but actually that might be a bit nicer on a cooler day. So I don't know whether I'll play around with the back neck or not.
No, it looks nice.
Yeah, when you see it from the back, it sort of curves over.
Yeah.
It follows the line of the body. Here's
cool.
The logic.
Yeah. It's good.
If there is such a thing.
So hopefully my elastic will turn up and I'll be able to show you my trolleys.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your trolleys.
On Thursday. My Don't Fall Down trolleys.
Is that Arthur by any chance?
Do you think it could be his dinner time? Is that why he's come to see me?
I do believe
and
so.
You can probably smell all the meatballs cooking and everything, and he's thinking that is definitely my dinner, and he'll be a bit disappointed.
Well, I'm surrounded by Labradors. They've been pressing me to the sofa today.
They are so concerned for your welfare. They know when you need to have
Well, just, yeah. I think it's either that or it's a motion detect thing that they want to know when I get up and go to the kitchen.
Yeah, there is that. I come in from my run and I spent a couple of hours out in the garden, supposedly working, but Arthur thinks that that's, ball throwing time, obviously.
Well, hopefully if your yarn's here on Thursday, you could show us the yarn.
Yes.
And what are you going to make with that? Is that going to be a campside pullover?
One of them is going to be a campside pullover. I haven't decided which colour yet. One of them is going to be. And one of them is actually I'm going to do one of my own jumpers based on, I've got my Stanhope, and Vera is ready to go up for testing, but do you think I can get some pictures? Because every time Caitlin seems to be awake to take pictures of me, it's not good weather or I'm busy or whatever. So I just need some photos. So I'm going to do, because that's in a 4-ply fingering, I'm going to do something in one of those, same sort of construction, but in the DK.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be with the other one.
I'm excited to see that.
It's going to be quite simple. You know me, I like simple knits.
Yeah, but the best sellers in the shops are always the basics.
Yeah. I might put a little bit of detail somewhere, but I really, really want something quite simple.
Did you go out and order Naga's dress the other day then?
I did not go and order Naga's dress. No. Naga is usually pretty well dressed, I would say. She's got quite good
She's
style.
got a very good sense of style.
And also she's got the body that things hang nicely on her. Now, that didn't look good on her, so I can pretty much guarantee it wouldn't look good on me if it doesn't look good on her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'll look like a sack of tatties tied up in the middle if I put it on, bless her.
Or I would look like what Twitter was saying and the marquee at a summer fair.
Yeah, it was an unusual combination of colours. I thought the bright blue and the bright green, in terms of intensity of colour, actually suited her quite well. She can carry them off. But that odd sort of icy blue kind of dot thing that was on one shoulder, it was just like the designer was just showing off that they know how to do that.
I think, like you say, she looks nice in those colours, but not all at the same time.
Yeah, that's the probo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just all a bit much for me. And it's a shame because she's so beautiful and elegant and all the rest of it. And just got that Audrey Hepburn kind of figure with the broader shoulders. And
yeah, some people, we just don't like them, do we?
No, we don't. Right, well, it's time for you to feed Arthur. It's time for me to toddle off.
Yeah.
Helen says she likes the colours you've chosen for your jumpers.
Oh, thanks, Helen. I think they'll look nice on me. You know,
yeah,
all my earthy tones.
Hope to see them in the flesh on Thursday. Oh, that does look really nice on you, that. Put that back up.
My brown?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really lovely.
It's definitely my colour. So that wool, that brown wool that you've got there, you know, just saying, Christmas coming up and everything.
Sorry, what was that? You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I know you've got plenty of it.
I might have 80 skeins, less whatever I've used.
Plenty of it to, you know, give your friend for Christmas.
Oh, Michelle was watching as well. Lovely to see.
Oh, Michelle didn't say hello. Didn't know she was there.
Yeah, she was lurking.
She's mostly a lurker today. Naughty lady.
Oh, Helen's saying swap the blues. So we'll see you Thursday. Hope you enjoyed the shawl inspiration and having a look at some of Emma's previous designs, which are obviously all available in the wild now on Ravelry, and you are setting up a pay hip store, aren't you?
I'm gonna do that tomorrow, hopefully, yeah, because it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
So I'll actually do some work.
Right, well, thank you very much.